Right, here we are. So, hello all. Here we are again. Basically, someone lent me a car today that they've just bought, and I've got to do a review on it. Well, I want to do a review on it. Very interested in the car. Obviously, wanted one myself. I've heard loads about the car from years ago. A friend owned one, and he said it was brilliant. So they stopped making them, and now they're making them again. And without going into too much detail, here it is. No, put them over there, right. So anyways, yeah, I unboxed it and got a bit excited. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to bother doing an unboxing. You know, it's not going to be a super duper great video. I'm not going to strap 12S to it and blow the wheels off it or anything. So here we are. What's this? It's got nice tyres. Obviously, the front one's a bit narrower than the rears, but another set of nice 8th scale rally tyres. Now, when I got this out of the box, I was like, wow. Absolutely amazed by it. I'm not sure I'm liking this light I've got on. Whether that helps. Yeah, there we go. The scale, and I was just I had a bit of a long phone call conversation just now about this. When you look at a 10 scale rally car, obviously you get used to them, you get the scaled bodies. I don't know how scaled the Tamiya stuff is. What have I got here? I've got, in comparison, I've got a WR8. There's the WR8 body. And that's where, I'll try and get it in shot. But these camera angles are bloody horrible. It's longer than a WR8, and I think you'd struggle. You know, you'd make an awful mess of that body getting it to go on there. Yeah, it just wouldn't be. You'd have to cut loads of the arch out. But anyway, WR8. There's that. So that's the WR8 body. In comparison, right, 10th scale, this is a HPI, to be fair. I haven't actually seen a Tamiya one of these, I don't think. But you get so used to seeing these that you're like, it looks good, but is it scale? I don't know. Is it exactly scaled right? So you see these cars and you're like, yeah, they look great and that lot. But when I got this car out of the box, this other one, I don't know whether the temps are scaled right. But when I got this, you know, say the temps are scaled right, yeah? And when I got this car out of the box, maybe it's the fact that the temps are scaled right, and so is this, but it's bigger. And because it's scaled right and it's bigger, it just looks even more. I mean, what a lovely car. It looks amazing. Obviously, yes, it's the Charisma. And going straight into it to try and cover it without waffling on too much. The body looks amazing. It's longer than a WR8. A lot of people probably know the measurements, but I'll do them right now. So if you went for an 8th scale buggy, an 8th scale buggy is 320. I've got a short course here. I mean, the buggy's the same length. You got like 330, 328, right? Well, this comes in at, for an 8th scale rally, you've got, it's like 315 320-ish. So you're nearly the length of an 8-scale buggy, but you're only 220 wide, and that's with 10mm offset wheel rims, big offset wheel rims. So I do have an 8-scale buggy with a Subaru body on it. It looks very wide, a bit square. Anyways, so going straight into the information on the car, really, for me. That's all sealed off, so you're not going to get any dirt in there. Yes, it is. I don't know whether it's got a metal insert on the motor mount. If not, it may flex a bit, like the spur on the pinion. May move separately, I don't know. The body looks amazing. Wheels and tyres are amazing. The chassis looks nice, like a composite chassis. They're like around about 300 quid. I think they're just under, or maybe just over, but it's like very close. Shocks look like they're plastic bodied shocks with metal caps, and they're great. They look absolutely, that looks really good, to be fair. The wheels, as opposed to a WR8, these are the proper like MST style rally wheels, like the WR8 rally wheels. And you can see, you can't see, it works out about there. When you put the car on the table and a wheel on the table, it's about 5mm taller. So these wheels are bigger in diameter. Apparently the Sen is exactly the same. It's got slightly bigger wheels. The Sen is WR8 size. I don't know about width-wise, but length-wise, the wheelbase length's the same. So you can get your Puma body straight onto your WR8 if you wanted to. So a bit iffy on the motor mount, not sure, it may be fine. These turnbuckles are non-adjustable, but looking at the diameter of them, and they are solid, you could literally just cut them if you wanted to, down the middle, slice a couple of mil off of one of them, and drill them and put threaded rod in, or buy the metal turnbuckle bits to screw into them. So you're not necessarily got to go out and buy a set. It comes with anti-roll bars on it. Now for me, what I'd like to have seen is, if the car's 300 quid, we say, right, looks bloody amazing. The scale looks, you know, that's what they do, isn't it, Charisma, I believe. Scale adventure, scale. It's scale. It really is. It just looks, it's a great size and it looks amazing. Obviously they've brought out now the short wheelbase Audi Quattro. So measurements, I can't remember the short wheelbase, but as it works out, this is longer than a WR8. So you've got 315, something like that. And the WR8 is 300. Right, so it's 15mm longer than a WR8. The short wheelbase Charisma Audi Quattro is going to be shorter than a WR8. But is it just a case of buying two different centre shafts and a new chassis, and then other than that it's all the same, and obviously this bit here at the bar, or cutting it down, so then you could literally go and buy the other car? But for me, a lot of people have moaned about the electrics. Wouldn't it be great if you could buy this as a roller with no electrics in, and then they made the decision on how much they wanted to knock off the car, bearing in mind it's 300 quid. So if you could buy this car, looking at it, for however much less than 300 quid. If it was 260, an 8-scale rally car for 260, a roller, or even if it was 240, whatever they want to knock off, I think they're not putting electronics in it, so they're keeping money there, and then at the same time they're going to be more likely to be like, crikey, look at the price of that, people are going to want to buy them. They're going to be like, that's well cheap. The downfall for me would be yeah, I'm worried about the motor mount. And the other thing is, although turnbuckles, I'm not worried about that. Shocks, I'm not worried about that. To be honest with you, none of it I'm really worried about. 300 quid. But because you can just do the turnbuckles, the motor may not be a problem at all. The motor mount, that's all sealed in. So there is nothing there, even though there's no cover or sides on it, which you could probably make something up yourself. The only thing you might get dirt trapped in is possibly the steering. And obviously, if it's really muddy, all this is going to get filthy, but nothing's going to be affected. It's all sealed. Little servo saver there. Trying to see it on camera. It's that bit there. It's just one of them ones where you turn the nut up at the bottom. Yeah. How good that is, I don't know. Bit of free play in it, in the rack. It's nice to have a rack with bearings in, because then you don't get so much slop in the rack. But anyway, I'm going off course here. Think it's a great car. Looks amazingly scaled, looks really nice. The only thing I am questioning is could it have come as a roller? And the diffs in it, this is a friend's car. He's had it apart, and the diffs, there's no way you could put oil in them. I don't know whether anyone's seen them. I don't know what diffs they are, but you bolt them together like an oil-filled diff, but there's no O-rings in it, and there's no pins to hold the drive cups in. Basically, you put one drive cup in one side, and the other drive cup's got like a long rod on it that goes through the centre of the other drive cup to align the two. So if you took the arm off and pulled the drive shaft out, you could literally just pull your drive cups out while it's all bolted together, and then your gears might drop down. So you could get different grease to put in them, I suppose, and it may be absolutely fine, but I can't see why it'd cost any more. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying what I've heard at the rally club, talking to all the people that do rally, and what I've heard is it wouldn't have cost any more to have like diffs that could have taken oil with O-rings in. Has the new short wheelbase Audi Quattro got these diffs in it? I hope so. It'd be good to see any of them as a roller. Although the new one's supposed to have new electrics in it, the short wheelbase. So I'm hoping that, yes, it is just the chassis and drive shafts that are different to make the different wheelbase. So that way you can go out and buy the Subaru, or you go out and buy the Audi, and then you can buy this chassis. To be fair, I've made quite a few chassis myself. That's a composite chassis. What have I got here? I'm going to bang on about loads of different stuff now because it's so much rally. Believe it or not, that is a WR8 chassis cut down to temp scale length. And that's a carbon copy of it. But it's flat, rather than having the kiss up in it. The Charisma chassis is flat. I don't know whether the Sen chassis is flat. I don't know. I can't remember now. Matt might be able to leave a comment whether the Sen's got a flat chassis in it. I think it might have. Anyways, Tamiya XV01's a flat chassis. The RS4's a flat chassis. So, anyways, that would be easy to reproduce in a different length. You just copy both ends and most of these screws and then take a lump out of it somewhere and make your own alley chassis if you wanted. So worries for me is that motor mount is a bit of a concern. The diffs, shame they're not oil filled, well, sealable ones. That I'd like to see upgraded, and the motor mount upgraded, and I'd like to see a roller. That's probably about all I can say about it, other than it looks amazing. And would I buy one? I want to know what this short wheelbase one's all about, so that I know whether I can go out and buy buy the short wheelbase and then get this chassis and the bumpers and just whack this body on and the wheels, and then just whack this body and everything on the short wheelbase that may have upgraded electrics, it may have oil filled diffs, but you've got all your anti-roll bars on it. I think this could be one of these cars. It has got Ackerman on it. Someone mentioned Ackerman on the Sen. You can see you're getting more on the inside wheel there than you are the outside. There's a fraction of bumps there right near the bottom of the travel. Yeah, and the wheels do come up, when that's bottomed out, the wheels still come off the floor at least 5 mil. So you're getting a bit of uplift there on that. But I can't really say a lot more about it other than just looking at it. The wheels, not so much what's underneath, because whatever it is, it's no different than any flat chassis that I've screwed together and put the bits on. Other than they've made it pretty. Even the drive shafts have got charisma on with the length of them, and M48 written on the drive shafts. So we're sport for choice now. If you're watching the video, you're going to have so many options, because you're going to go WR8, you could go Sen, and now you're going to have the option of a short wheelbase one of these or a long wheelbase one. Whether the short wheelbase, I know it's upgraded with electronic wise, it's a different, obviously shorter length. Will it have different diffs in it? But I think if that came as a roller, whether they change the motor mount or the diffs or not, and they just knocked a bit off the price, it'd be nice to see diff upgrades, motor mount upgrade, and to be able to buy that as a roller. Because if that was like 300 quid, is crazy anyway, to be fair. If that car works, you put it on the floor as it is and it works. I think some people have done reviews with them, they put different electronics in them. I don't know whether they were, I haven't had a chance to watch them. But very, very brief video, but I love it. I think it's a really nice car. And will the diffs affect it too much? Will you be able to go in there and put certain grease in there? Will you need to? It may just work as it is. These clips are all the same way, which means they end up back to front if you clip them in like this. Oh, it's like a manhole cover that's been put in the wrong way in the road with W lines painted on it. Just pop them in. So yeah, I think for the money, it's an amazing car. Worried about the motor mount and the diffs. Obviously, apparently it's really slow. Everyone said it's really slow. So to be fair, if you was getting this car as a roller and they took a bit off, I think they'd sell like hotcakes. But that's me. I know where I'm sat with going and buying one, and if they were a bit cheaper because they're a roller, oh God, it would be sold instantly. But anyway, I'll let you all get on. That's my little review of the Charisma. I think it looks amazing. Will it be a great car with the electronics in it? I know that everyone I spoke to is not particularly happy, but the price of it, and if it works when it has got the other motor in it and everything, that means the car works and you've paid, I think, a good price for it. But it'd be great to see a reduction in price with different as a roller. But anyway, on that note, I'm shooting off. And yeah, if you watch it, thanks for watching. I didn't really go too in depth, but I've gone on too long. Anyway, that's goodbye from me. I'll see you all later.